Everyone who has a Shiba Inu has been waiting for this moment. As a result of the US government's recent confirmation, the cryptocurrency market will never be the same for Shiba. None of that is conjecture. This isn't just another optimistic forecast. Shiba Inu prices could surprise even the most bullish investors next week if this formal confirmation causes them to soar. The U.S. House of Representatives has now announced that the much-anticipated bill to establish a framework for the cryptocurrency market will formally be considered for a vote. Neither next month nor anytime soon. This is taking place. The classification, regulation, and integration of cryptocurrencies into the conventional financial system of the world's largest economy would be drastically altered by this landmark legislation. What really sets this off is for Shiba Inu in particular. Finally, this bill will regulate cryptocurrencies as commodities rather than securities. Regulators' reluctance to commit has been the primary obstacle for SHIB and other alternative cryptocurrencies for a long time. Large financial institutions, prominent exchanges, and other institutional backers have been on the fence about becoming involved, worried that the SEC would label their preferred tokens as unregistered securities. My fear will be gone next week. Institutions have been requesting regulatory clarification, and this law will provide it when it passes. Now that Shiba Inus aren't a regulatory target, large platforms like Coinbase, Robinhood, Binance US, and countless more can advertise, promote, and develop with them. You are free from all mental constraints. The time is absolutely ideal for those who hold SHIBs. The entire cryptocurrency market recently reached a fresh record high of $381 trillion while this regulatory breakthrough was taking shape. Beyond 123,000, Bitcoin skyrocketed, and altcoins take flight when Bitcoin does. However, Shiba Inu isn't merely showing up to the demonstration. It is once again at the forefront of attention because to its impressive gains. With a recent 4% 24-hour spike, SHIB has re-entered the top 20 cryptocurrencies worldwide and pushed its market cap past $8 billion. There has been a 16% increase in weekly gains, but that is nothing compared to the power that regulatory clarity will unleash. The altcoin season index hit a new high, not seen since February, suggesting that Bitcoin's dominance is dwindling and that capital is shifting to projects with vibrant communities and robust ecosystems. Throughout this time of regulatory uncertainty, Shiba Inu has progressed well beyond its meme coin roots. Shibarium is offering genuine Layer 2 infrastructure, handling millions of transactions. Authentic DeFi features are available on ShibSwap. Tokens are being systematically eliminated by the burn process. Gaming and virtual property are new uses for the metaverse. The community is still one of the most robust and devoted in the cryptocurrency industry, which is crucial. All of a sudden, financial institutions aren't left guessing about the safety of Shiba Inu investments. Think about the implications for hedge funds that have been on the sidelines if they suddenly had the ability to defend, say, positions before their risk committees. Envision retirement funds and family offices being able to diversify their holdings into cryptocurrency through tokens that have recently received regulatory approval. Imagine the deluge of retail investment once all the big financial advisors can confidently suggest cryptocurrencies without worrying about regulatory concerns. The head developer, Satoshi Kusama, has been planning this moment for quite some time. Major AI integrations are expected to launch this month, according to his previous remarks on Jewel. These improvements aren't just for fun. Just when institutional adoption becomes feasible due to regulatory approval, these steps are being made to promote Shiba Inu as a credible technology platform. Mathematical models that take into account the previous impact of regulatory clearance on assets with similar characteristics are the basis of the leaked price estimates for next week. The usual price response in the first month after significant regulatory hurdles are eliminated is 200 to 800%. However, there are other factors related to Shiba Inu that may further increase their value. Skilled investors are transferring SHIB to cold storage in anticipation of the regulatory announcement, according to exchange reserve data which shows large outflows. In the last year, more than 59 trillion tokens have been removed from exchanges, leading to a false sense of scarcity at a time when demand from institutions is likely to skyrocket. Price discovery ventures into unexplored realms when supply decreases and demand grows tremendously. The options markets are making strong preparations for what might be a breakout next week. Call volumes on SHIB futures at levels that appeared unattainable only a few weeks ago indicate that large financial institutions are preparing for price swings that may exceed those of earlier rallies. This is not a retail wager based on speculation. These are well-considered opinions supported by research into relevant regulations and past cases. Markets around the world are rushing to be in position before the U.S. government clarifies its regulations. Institutional investors in Asia are quickly building shib positions in anticipation of regulatory approval, which might cause a worldwide fear of missing out, FOMO. Now that regulatory uncertainty is fading, pension funds in Europe are reassessing their Bitcoin holdings. All of the conclusions drawn from the basic data are borne out by the technical analysis. Throughout the time of regulatory uncertainty, SHIB has been steadily consolidating, creating a gigantic pattern. Systematic buying from entities that know what's coming has followed every dip. A rising spiral appears on the RSI. In preparation for a bullish crossover, moving averages are leveling off. There is a confluence of momentum signs that could lead to a spectacular breakout. What makes this legislative achievement even more remarkable, though, is that it confirms what the Shiba Inu community has long held in their hearts. Even while naysayers wrote off SHIB as little more than a meme coin, the team behind it was hard at work creating a platform with genuine potential. In a regulated context, the burn mechanism is most effective if regulatory approval eliminates the last hurdles to institutional adoption, and traditional finance can see all of that foundation. The deliberate reduction of supply and growth of usage, deflationary assets, are beloved by institutional investors. Every transaction brings to a decrease in supply and an increase in adoption when large firms can securely incorporate shib payments, knowing that the regulatory framework is clear. Present owners, the accumulation of patience over many years of regulatory uncertainty will finally be put to rest next week, when the United States government formally recognizes Bitcoin as a viable asset class. Individuals who persevered through the periods of fear, uncertainty, and doubt will soon reap the rewards. Just the psychological effect alone might cause demand to outstrip supply. This isn't only about Shiba Inu, the government has confirmed it. The whole Bitcoin ecosystem has to be legitimized. However, due to its combination of governmental permission and enthusiastic community backing, SHIB is in a special position to reap the benefits. As the altcoin season heats up, the timing couldn't be better. Systematic token burns growing utility. Shiba Inu won't merely join in the festivities next week. It will take the lead in the triumphal procession, when the U.S. government formally acknowledges the role of cryptocurrencies in the conventional financial system. Leaked price forecasts from institutional analysts may appear unrealistic at the moment. They are grounded in mathematical models that predict the outcome when regulatory clarity meets pent-up institutional demand. Now is the time. A new dawn has dawned. At this point, Shiba Inu go from being an internet meme to a valuable asset to institutions. Furthermore, the price action next week will demonstrate that being patient during times of uncertainty leads to generational riches once the dust settles.